Merab Dvalishvili went from washing dishes in New York to becoming Bantamweight champion. Won 14 straight fights, broke the UFC takedown record, defended his belt 3 times in 9 months, more than any champion in history.
This is 3 champions in a row that he's beaten, and he's dominated them all. José Aldo, Petr Yan, Henry Cejudo. He has got a habit of beating these guys with the same relentless style.
I think Merab Dvalishvili is by far the best bantamweight on the planet right now. I've never seen anything like this at bantamweight. The cardio is ridiculous.
And I said at the start of the year, and I'll reiterate it now, that man will be champion by the end of 2024.
Then he fought a 4th title defense in the same year, something no champion had ever done. And Petr Yan, the man he'd already destroyed, came back and took everything. Here's how the machine finally broke down. January 10th, 1991. Vani, Georgia, a small village near Tbilisi. Merab Dvalishvili is born in what's still Soviet Georgia. By the time he's a kid, the USSR collapses. Georgia becomes independent, but opportunities limited. He trains in traditional Georgian wrestling. Sambo, judo, combat sports are in his blood. In 2019, he wins a silver medal at the World Sambo Championships. He's good, really good. But Georgia doesn't have a major MMA scene. The money's not there, the opportunities aren't there. So in 2012, at age 21, Merab makes a decision that changes everything. He moves to New York City, doesn't speak English, doesn't have money, just has a dream and the willingness to work for it. He starts training at Serra-Longo Fight Team on Long Island. Matt Serra, Ray Longo, the same gym that produced Chris Weidman, the same gym that would later help Aljamain Sterling become champion. But Merab's not getting paid to train. He's not getting sponsorships. So he works construction, washes dishes at restaurants, does whatever it takes to pay rent and afford training. His teammates remember him showing up to practice exhausted from working double shifts, falling asleep in the locker room between rounds. But he never missed training, never complained, just worked. Merab starts his MMA career in regional promotions, Ring of Combat, CFFC, small shows where the payouts barely cover gas money, but he's winning. 7 wins, 2 losses, enough to get noticed. June 2nd, 2017. Dana White's Looking for a Fight episode features Merab's fight against Raufeon Stotts. 15 seconds into the first round, Merab lands a spinning back fist knockout that goes viral. Dana White offers him a UFC contract on the spot. This is it. The dream.
So obviously when I go backstage and I make a decision and tell somebody that they're getting the UFC contract.
The Immigrant dishwasher is going to the biggest MMA promotion in the world. December 9th, 2017. Merab makes his UFC debut against Frankie Saenz. He loses. Split decision. 10 out of 13 media members scored it for Merab, but 2 judges gave it to Saenz. Merab's devastated. He thought he won. His UFC debut is a loss on his record. 5 months later, April the 21st, 2018, his second UFC. Most fighters get cut after starting 0-2. The Immigrant dream is about to end before it starts. Aljamain Sterling, his training partner at Serra-Longo, pulls him aside after the loss, tells him this is just the beginning, that losses don't define you, that he needs to keep pushing. Matt Serra and Ray Longo tell him the same thing. They believe in him. They see something. Merab goes back to work. Literally, back to construction jobs. Back to washing dishes, but also back to training. Harder than before? Obsessed. September 15th, 2018. Merab's next fight against Tyrion Ware. Of something. After beating Ware, Merab doesn't just win, he becomes unstoppable. Brad Katona. Unanimous decision. Casey Kenny. Unanimous decision. Gustavo Lopez. Unanimous decision. John Dodson. Unanimous decision. Every fight, the same strategy. Relentless takedowns. Pressure that breaks opponents mentally. Cardio that outlasts everyone. Commentators start calling him the Machine, because that's what he looks like. A machine that doesn't stop, doesn't slow down, doesn't get tired.
Yes, Joe, I am a machine.
March 6th, 2021. Merab faces Cody Stamann, dominates him, unanimous decision. Then he beats Marlon Moraes, the same Marlon Moraes who'd knocked out legends. Merab out-wrestles him for 3 rounds. August 20th, 2022. The biggest test yet. José Aldo, a living legend. Former featherweight champion, one of the greatest fighters of all time. Merab takes him down over and over. Aldo
decision, Merab the Machine!
March 11th, 2023. The fight that changes everything. Petr Yan, former Brikers in the division, Gout Power, breaks him down round after round. Unanimous decision. Merab just dominated a former champion. Then he beats Henry Cejudo, the former 2-division champion, in February 2024. Unanimous decision. Complete domination. 14 straight wins in the UFC, from 0 to 2 to 1 of the most dominant fighters in the division. But he still doesn't have a title shot. Sean O'Malley is the champion, and O'Malley keeps saying Merab's style is boring, that fans don't want to see a wrestler as champion. Merab doesn't care what O'Malley thinks. He just keeps winning, and he's about to make O'Malley's life hell. September 14th, 2024. The Sphere, Las Vegas. Mexican Independence Day weekend. The most expensive UFC event in history. Sean O'Malley defending his Bantamweight title. 20,000 people. Millions watching worldwide. And Merab Dvalishvili, the immigrant dishwasher from Georgia, is about to take everything from the biggest star in the division. But first, he's going to troll him. Hard. Before we get to the title fight, we need to talk about the rivalry. Because Merab didn't just want to beat Sean O'Malley, he wanted to embarrass him. May 6th, 2023. UFC 288. Aljamain Sterling just defended his bantamweight title against Henry Cejudo. Sean O'Malley steps into the octagon for a face-off with Sterling. He's wearing a bright red leather jacket. Flashy, expensive, very O'Malley. Merab's in the octagon too, supporting his teammate Sterling. And as O'Malley takes off his jacket during the heated face-off, Merab sees an opportunity. He grabs the jacket, puts it on, starts celebrating. O'Malley's pissed, tells Dana White, wants his jacket back. Merab's trolling has officially begun. O'Malley later claims he thought Merab was a jacket holder and handed it to him, but the footage shows Merab snatching it during chaos. The rivalry is born.
September! Signed, delivered, and sealed, baby!
Fast forward to 2024. Merab's finally getting his title shot against O'Malley at UFC 306, and he's not done trolling. Merab finds a guy named Saba Tavbaridze, goes by at Notsugaseyan on Instagram, and this guy looks exactly like Sean O'Malley. Pink hair, chain, sunglasses, the whole look. Merab starts making skits with the O'Malley lookalike, posts them on Instagram. They go viral. One video, fake O'Malley smoking weed outside the Sphere. Merab rides by on a scooter holding pads. Fake O'Malley runs behind hitting the pads. Another video, Merab carries fake O'Malley into his garage. I found this guy in Arizona. He was smoking too much. I'm gonna take him to my garage and train him. Another video, Merab teaching fake O'Malley how to tap out. Sean, listen bro, you gotta stop smoking. You have a big fight with me. The videos get millions of views. Even Sean O'Malley responds, Lolts, I giggled fire. Fighters are dying laughing. Ilia Topuria, Paulo Costa, Al Iaquinta. Everyone's tagging O'Malley asking if that's really him. It's perfect psychological warfare. Merab's in O'Malley's head without throwing a single punch. September 14th, 2024. The Sphere. Fight night. The trolling is over. Now it's time to fight. And Merab's about to show the world that the jokes were just the appetizer. September 14th, 2024. The Sphere, Las Vegas. Sean O'Malley walks to the cage like a rock star. Pink and green hair, smiling, confident. This is his show, his stage, his moment. Merab walks out focused, serious, no theatrics, just business. The fight starts. Herb Dean is the referee. 10 seconds in, chaos. The corners are yelling at each other. Herb stops the action. There's confusion. Something about O'Malley's coach Tim Welch yelling instructions pretending to be from Merab's corner. Herb warns them. They restart. Round 1. O'Malley's trying to keep distance, using his reach. Landing kicks. Merab walks through everything. Shoots takedowns, gets clinch control. O'Malley can't create space. 3 minutes in, Merab gets O'Malley's back against the cage, has him in a guillotine position. 10 seconds left in the round, and then Merab does something nobody expected. He kisses O'Malley on the head. The arena erupts. Commentators are confused. Herb Dean warns Merab. O'Malley pops up trying to swing. The round ends. Merab would explain later. I grabbed his neck. He had 10 seconds left. I know he's not going to tap, so I wanted to make fun of him. Give him a little kiss to show I'm dominating this fight. I'm breaking you.
I grab his neck, and then he has a 10-second left. I want to make just a little fun of him, you know. Show them dominate. I control this fight. I break you, you know.
The rest of the fight? Merab Dvalishvili domination. Takedown after takedown. Pressure against the cage. By round 3, O'Malley's breathing heavy. Merab's pace is relentless. Round 5. Merab's still coming forward, still shooting. O'Malley looks exhausted. The star power doesn't matter anymore. Final bell. Unanimous decision. All 3 judges have it for Merab. 49-46, 48-47, 48-47.
The judges score the contest 49-46, 48-47, and 48-47.
Merab Dvalishvili is the UFC Bantamweight champion. The immigrant dishwasher from Georgia just beat the biggest star in the division on the biggest stage in UFC history. In the post-fight interview, Merab's crying, emotional. He thanks his coaches, thanks Aljamain Sterling, thanks everyone who believed in him when he was 0 and 2.
But brother, I love you. Thank you for everything. Coach, please, thank you. Thank you, Ray Longo. Man, Serra, I love you.
I'm from Georgia, small country, nobody know. But I work hard. I become champion. This is American dream.
But today, I'm a best fighter in the UFC, okay? I prove!
After the fight, Merab posts another video with fake O'Malley. This time he's driving next to the lookalike, kisses the fake O'Malley doll, calls him son, takes the belt away from him. Listen, son, don't worry about Umar Nurmagomedov. I will take care of Umar. You drive safe, son.
Listen, son, don't worry about this Umar Nurmagomedov. I will take care of Umar. You're not a champion anymore, and I'm gonna take belt from you again, so you drive safe, son.
The trolling never stops. Most champions take a few months off after winning the belt. Rest, recover, enjoy being champion. Not Merab. 3 months later, January 2025, the UFC offers him a title defense against Umar Nurmagomedov. Undefeated. Khabib's cousin. Dangerous grappler. Many people think Umar's going to be the next dominant champion. Merab takes the fight, says he wants to be active, wants to prove he's the best. But here's the problem. 3 months isn't enough time to recover from a 5-round title fight and prepare for an undefeated contender. Nobody's telling Merab to slow down. The UFC wants active champions. Fans want to see him fight. So he takes the fight. January 18th, 2025, UFC 311, Los Angeles. Merab defends against Umar Nurmagomedov. It's competitive. Umar's grappling is elite. But Merab's pace breaks him down. In round 5, Merab showboats after a takedown. Taunts Umar. The judges notice. Unanimous decision, Merab retains.
48-47 and 49-46 for the winner by unanimous decision and still!
Most champions would take 6 months off after that. Merab takes 4. June 7th, 2025. UFC 316. Newark, New Jersey. O'Malley gets his rematch, wants his belt back. This time, Merab finishes him. Rear naked choke. 3rd round. O'Malley taps.
Roll to his back. Oh, that's tight.
That's real tight.
He's attacked.
Oh, my goodness.
4 months later, October 4th, 2025. Merab fights Corey Sandhagen, another elite striker, another test. Merab lands 20 takedowns, 20. Ties his own UFC record. Unanimous decision, Merab wins again.
By unanimous decision and still!
By this point, Merab's coaches are begging him to take a break. Matt Serra's telling him to rest. Ray Longo's saying the body needs recovery. But the UFC offers him a 4th defense against Petr Yan, the rematch. And here's where it gets crazy. If Merab accepts this fight, he'll have defended his title 4 times in 1 calendar year. Something no UFC champion in history has ever done. Merab says yes. Here's the thing nobody talks about in combat sports. Your body has a limit. You can train hard. You can have great cardio. You can have iron will. But if you fight 5 title fights in 13 months with barely any recovery time between camps, something breaks. Merab's teammates could see it. In training, he was slower. His reactions weren't as sharp. He was still working hard, harder than anyone. But the tank was running low. December 7th, 2025, UFC 323 T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas. Petr Yan stands across from Merab. The same Petr Yan who not physically, not mentally. This is a fighter running on fumes trying to make history, and Petr Yan is about to take everything back. December 7th, 2025, UFC 323, T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas. Mark Goddard is the referee. Round 1. The bell rings and Yan immediately comes forward. He's not waiting for Merab to dictate pace this time. No defensive shell, no backing up. He's pressing. Merab throws a looping right, connects, then a left hook. He's swinging like Max Holloway suddenly. High volume. Trying to overwhelm Yan early, but Yan's jab finds its range. Clean, straight, over and over. Every time Merab comes forward, that jab is waiting. 90 seconds in, Merab shoots his first takedown. Yan sprawls, defends. They separate. Yan lands a left hook, then another jab. Merab's face is already starting to redden. 2 minutes left in the round. Merab shoots again. Gets it. Briefly. But Yan scrambles back to his feet within seconds. This isn't like their first fight where Merab could hold him down. Yan lands a head kick. Clean. Merab eats it like it's nothing. But his chin-absorbing shots doesn't mean his body isn't taking damage. Round 1 ends. Close round, but most people have it for Yan. That jab was the difference. Round 2 begins. Merab goes to his wrestling immediately. Shoots a single leg. Yan stuffs it. They end up against the cage. Merab tries to drag him down. Can't. Yan stays on his feet. Gets separation. And now they're boxing again. Yan's jab is surgical. Merab's face is a target. Every time Merab steps in, that jab is there first. Midway through round 2, Yan throws a right hand over the top. Connects clean. Merab stumbles slightly. Recovers, but he felt that. Merab shoots again. Yan defends. They scramble. Wicked scramble. Merab tries to take the back. Yan does a grand-by roll to escape. Both men back on their feet. 30 seconds left. Yan lands a left hook to the body. Merab freezes for a second. Backs up. That body shot hurt. Round 2 ends. Another round for Yan. 2018 on most scorecards. Merab's corner is concerned. Matt Serra's telling him he needs to find his wrestling. Ray Longo's saying the boxing isn't working. Aljamain Sterling's telling him to breathe. But Merab's breathing heavy, and it's only been 2 rounds. Between rounds, you can see it. Merab's chest is heaving. His face is cut. Blood trickling from above his eyebrow. His corner is working fast to stop the bleeding. Yan's sitting calmly in his corner, barely breathing hard, smiling. Round 3 is about to start. He's losing on the feet. So he goes back to what made him champion. Wrestling. Up. Drives forward. Pushes Yan to the cage. Tries to drag him down. Yan stays up. But Merab's not letting go. He's hanging on Yan's neck, trying to pull him down. The crowd's watching a battle of pure will. 1 minute of this. 2 minutes. Merab finally gives up the single leg. They separate. Yan immediately goes back to his jab. Lands a right hand. Clean. Merab's cut opens wider. More blood. Merab shoots again. Yan, in their first fight 2 years ago, Merab was fresh. He could shoot 49 times and keep coming. Now, he's fought 5 title fights in 13 months. His body can't sustain that pace anymore. Yan knows it. Lands a thigh kick, then round 4. Merab's corner is practically begging him to find something. Anything. But what can he do? His wrestling isn't working. His striking isn't working. His cardio, which is supposed to be unlimited, is starting to fade. Yan opens round 4 with a nasty body kick. Merab freezes up. You can see the pain on his face. Merab shoots desperately. Yan stuffs it. Lands an elbow on the break. Merab's face is a mess now. Blood everywhere. Merab picks Yan up, literally lifts him over his shoulder. The crowd gasps. This is peak Merab, the showman, the warrior. He slams Yan down, but Yan pops right back up. The slam looked impressive but accomplished nothing, and lands a left hook. Then another jab. His boxing is point perfect. Every shot calculated. Every movement efficient. Round 4 ends. 40-36. Yan. Merab sits in his corner. His face is swollen. His cut is bad. His breathing is labored. Sterling's in his ear. You need a finish. You need to hurt him. You can't win a decision. Merab nods, but his eyes tell a different story. He's exhausted. He's hurt. He's running on empty. 1 round left. 5 minutes. And Merab Dvalishvili, the man who never quits, is about to show everyone that even when you're losing, you don't stop fighting. Round 5 begins. Merab comes out swinging. He knows he's losing. Knows he needs a finish, so he throws caution away and just fights. Lands a right hand. Yan eats it. Fires back with a jab. Another body kick. Merab grimaces again. Merab shoots a takedown. Yan defends. But Merab transitions to a guillotine attempt. Yan's neck is in danger for a moment. The crowd comes alive. Yan fights out, slams Merab to the canvas, takes top position. This is wild. Yan's on top of Merab. Yan, the striker, is controlling Merab, the wrestler, on the ground. They scramble back to their feet. 3 minutes left. Yan lands another body kick. This one really hurts. Merab backs all the way to the cage. His body can't take much more punishment, but he doesn't quit. Shoots another takedown. Yan stuffs it. Again. 2 minutes left. Merab's face is a jab magnet. Yan can't miss. Every shot landing clean. Yan lands a knee to the body, then an elbow. Merab's in survival mode now, but he's still trying to win. Still shooting takedowns. Still pressing forward. 1 minute left. Merab throws a desperate combination. Misses. Yan counters with a right hand. Connects. 30 seconds left. Merab shoots one last takedown. Yan sprawls, makes a point. Lands his own takedown with 10 seconds left, punctuating the victory. They trade as the final seconds tick away. The horn sounds. It's over. Both men embrace in the center. Yan raises his hand. Merab walks to his corner knowing what's about to happen. Bruce Buffer announces the decision. Devastated. But no excuses, just respect. Merab Dvalishvili did something no champion in UFC history has ever done. He fought 5 title fights in 13 months. Defended his belt 3 times in 9 months, attempted to become the first fighter ever to defend 4 times from washing dishes in New York to becoming champion, from 0-2 in the UFC to a 14-fight win streak, from nobody knowing his name to defending the belt 3 times. That's not failure. That's legend. Merab will be back. Fighters like him always come back. The warrior's heart does. Activity is great, but rest is necessary. Push too hard for too long, and eventually, even machines break down. Speaking of fighters who couldn't recover from their first major loss, Anthony Joshua went from Olympic gold medalist to unified heavyweight champion, beat Vladimir Klitschko in front of 90,000 people, then lost to a fat guy on 2 weeks' notice, and never mentally recovered. Lost his belts twice. Got knocked out cold by Daniel Dubois. And now, he's fighting Jake Paul, a YouTuber. The downfall of Anthony Joshua. From Britain's golden boy to Netflix spectacle. Subscribe. Some losses break you forever.